once again, Prabhu, for joining us and giving us your precious time. So now I'll hand it over to Prabhu. Thank you so much, Hari Bol.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Nice seeing many devotees. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. After a few minutes, I'll switch off my video, and then meantime I will share something. So maybe I'm just waiting to share the document presentation, and then we will start. Just I think the document to all. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु अभिज्ञास्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्मप्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परेरीश्वर सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यते कृतविशुश्रुभिस्तत्क्षणात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतरसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकभुवि भावुकाः। आराध्य भगवान् व्रजेशतनय तद्धाम वृन्दावनं रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधूवर्गेण कल्पिता। श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमपुमार्थो महान् श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरो न परः। यत्पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भ द्वन्द्वे प्रणाम समये स गणाधिराजा विघ्नान् विहन्तु मलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So I hope you're able to see my screen. If not, you can let me know. So today we will discuss on Garbhadhana samskara, right? So I will begin. This will be today will be a very important session, of course tomorrow also. But today I will not have time for any question and answer session. Almost maybe one or two questions we may take at the end. But tomorrow we will address all the question answers. We'll keep as many question answers for tomorrow. Okay, fine. So we will first address what is samskaras. So shall I begin? We still have 1 minute to go to begin with.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, you can start now.
It is 7:59. Yes, so we shall begin now. Is the voice not clear, Vrinda Mataji?
Voice is clear, Prabhu.
Okay. Somebody message voice is not clear. That's fine. Okay. So I will. So first of all, we'll study what is samskaras, what is the meaning of samskara and Garbhadhana samskara in particular, and why Garbhadhana samskar, and the important steps in Garbhadhana samskar. We'll see also the right day and time, how to choose the right day and time. And after choosing, what are the other preparations to be done, and post conception, what is to be done. So first of all, I would like to address the first few important points. Samskaras are actually two types. One is called Brahma Yajna and another is Daiva Yajna, or Brahma Samskara and Daiva Samskaras. Brahmo Daivascha Garbhadhana Adi Samarthaha Brahmaha Paka Yajna Havir Yajna Somascheti Daivaha. So there are two types. So Brahma Samskaras or Sharirika Samskaras are to purify this body, and Daiva Samskaras are to purify the subtle body and basically the subtle body. So Sharirika Samskaras or Brahma Samskaras are meant for this purification of this material gross body. And Daiva Yajna is possible through chanting in this Kali Yuga, right? So both are very important. We cannot say that one is more than other. Both are very, very important. So Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, and they have to be uplifted to Satvaguna platform through both samskaras, to Sharirika samskaras and through the other is the Daiva samskara, that is chanting the holy names. Okay, what is the meaning of samskara? Samkaroti, samyak karoti, or purification. Doing it very refinement, or giving the right impressions is known as samskara. Polishing, purifying, refining. These are the meaning of samskara. So anything that goes through the process of samskara gets refined. Similarly, a human being, if he goes through this, he or she goes through this, then their purification is possible. Why this is required? Because there is a specific plan of the Supreme Lord in this creation. Why this creation has happened? Because there is a specific plan of the Lord. The plan is simple, that Krishna wants all the conditioned souls to go back home, back to Godhead, right? Of course, the conditioned souls will be here eternally. More and more conditioned souls will be there. It doesn't mean that this will become empty. But all the conditioned souls, Krishna wants them to be back home, back to Godhead. So this way, this is the broad plan of the Supreme Lord. For that to happen, Krishna consciousness is the root, or the complete understanding of absolute truth and devotion, love towards the Supreme Lord. Prema Pumartho Maha. To develop the love for Supreme Lord, relationship with the Supreme Lord, which is nothing but cultivating Krishna consciousness. That is the goal of the Supreme Lord. So that is the goal of, that is a plan. And therefore, according to that plan, the whole life has to be arranged. That's why Shruti and Smriti Purana, the Pancharatrika Vidhim Vina, all the Shruti, Smriti, Purana are arranged in such a way that the heart becomes soft towards the Supreme Lord. Right? So samskaras are also refinement of what? Refinement of the heart towards the Supreme Lord. It should become softer and softer towards the Supreme Lord. It should become, so that is a purpose. In order that to happen, all the Shodasha samskaras are given, 16 samskaras, Sharirika samskaras, beginning with Garbhadhana samskara. So all these samskaras are known as Sat Kriyas. Sat, like for example, Sat means something which is to be associated with the Supreme Lord. Sad bhave sadhu bhave cha sad iti etat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha sat shabda partha yujyate yajne tapasi dane cha sthita sad iti chochyate karma chaiva tad arthiyam sad iti eva abhidhiyate. So sad is associated, the word sat is associated whenever an activity which is for devotional service is carried out. So that's why we say satsanga. Durjana Sangha is different. Satsanga is different. That which can lead us to the Supreme Lord. Satsanga. Satkarya, Satkriya, Satkriya Saradipika, Satkriya. That is a Satkriya. So this is known as Prashasta Karmani. Prabhupada says Prashasta Karmani. All these Prashasta Karmani are purificatory processes that are adopted for the ultimate liberation of the living entity. That's why it is known as samskaras or such samskaras. Right? Okay. So this is supposed to start even before we are born. Okay, that the samskaras are there, we are born, and now the refinement is supposed to start. That is one understood. But very wonderful thing is, this starts even before our birth itself. We are in some previous life, in some yoni, and now we are supposed to, now we have finished that lifespan of that yoni, or maybe we are in hellish condition, in hell, or in heaven, whatever it may be, Swarga, Naraka, or in other yoni in Bhuloka only. Now we are supposed to take birth, and according to Karmana Daiva Netrena Jantur Deho Papatai. How do we get this birth? Karmana Daiva Netrena Jantur Deho Papatai Striya Pravishta Udaram Pumsoreta Kanashraya. According to our previous activities, Krishna himself guides Daiva Netrena under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. This whole thing is happening. In other words, our birth is happening under the supervision of the Supreme Lord and based on the previous life's activities. So, therefore, so our birth is guided by these two factors. So the refinement, wherever the parents are performing this Garbhadhana sanskar, what will happen? The soul which is going to take birth, first of all, the refinement of the soul will happen. Second is, we attract a particular soul also. Daiva Netrena. So that's why Krishna is sending a particular soul into the womb. That's why Krishna says, Shruti, Srimatam Shuchinam Gehe Yogo Bhrashto Vijayate. Even though there is Yoga Bhrashta, Srimatam Shuchinam. How is this possible? Because Daivanitrena, under the guidance of Krishna, it is happening. So we receive the proper, we invite a proper soul. So if we are inviting, say, Prime Minister of the country to our house, what will happen? We will decorate the house, we will decorate the whole street, we will arrange the whole house, paint it, keep it very neat, fragrance and all that, right? So in other words, same way, when you're inviting a devotee, a soul, devotee soul into the body to take birth in our family, how do we prepare? That is known as Garbhadhana samskara. Okay. So Garbha Adhana. It's not Garbhadhana. Some mispronounce it sometimes. So Garbha plus Adhana. Adhana means to place the seed in Garbha. Garbha sandharite yena karmana tad Garbhadhanam iti anugatartha karmanam dhyeyam. So the meaning of Garbhadhana sanskar is that activity, yena karmana, by which activity we approach the Rujuswala means the wife who is who's Rajaswala, who is in the Rutu period. So that procedure, that process and preparation and mental, spiritual, physical preparation of both husband and wife for that conception is known as Garbha Adhana Samskara. Garbha Adhana. Okay. So why Garbhadhana Sanskar is required at all? Very important to note. Ya yasya prakritihi purvam shukra shonita sangame. Shukra shonita sanga. So before shukra dhatu, there is semen and the shonita, the blood. Both are supposed to be combined. Then the embryo is supposed to develop. And the jiva takes place, position in that. So before that, ya yasya prakritihi. So the husband and wife, especially the husband, the mental status and the physical well-being of both husband and wife, and especially the mental status of the husband. Ya yasya prakritihi purvam shukra shonita sangame sa tena bhavayogena putrat tat karmakarina. So that bhava, the same mentality, the child is born. So the time during which the conception happens, the mentality of the father and mother, especially the father, that affects the soul. The soul also, the child also will be born with the same mentality or that mentality during which the conception happens. Got it? So, antakalecha mameva smaran. At the time of leaving the body also, what consciousness we have, that matters for the next body, next birth. Is it not? Similarly, the time at which we are born depends on the parents' mentality. So that moment is very, very important. Pitru rupam samadaya kaschit jayate sutaha. Prabhupada also says. So this word is very important. Pitru rupam samadaya. It all very much depends on the father. That's why karmana daiva netrena jantor dehopapattaye striyam pravishta udaram pumso retah kanashraya. The soul takes position in the semen. First of all, in the father's semen, in the retaha, in the shukra, and then enters the womb. So the mentality of the father is very, very important. Both husband and wife's mentality is very important, and over and above husband's, the father's mentality is very important. So Prabhupada says it is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. For this purpose, the Garbhadhana Sanskar is recommended in the Vedic scriptures. If the mind of the father is not sober, the semen discharge will not be very good. Amazing, right? Thus, the living entity wrapped in the matter produced from the father and mother will be demoniac like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The conditions of conception are to be carefully studied This is a very great science, right? So what does Prabhupada say? The conditions of conceptions are to be carefully studied, not like cats and dogs. Okay, right? So we have to understand what is this. So Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 50 rounds. Okay, but many of them argue, sometimes they present to me, that Prabhupada said, only chant 50 rounds. Why did you write this book at all? Or is it unnecessary, not at all required? But when I asked them, that is only half of the quotation of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says clearly that the stellar constellations, the influence of planetary positions need not be neglected. They are nothing but the sanction of the Supreme Lord. Astronomical calculations of stellar influences upon a living entity being upon a living being are not suppositions. It is not simply some imagination, but are factual, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada says this in purport to first canto, 12th chapter. So, in other words, in this purport itself, Prabhupada directly speaking about stellar influences and also speaking about Garbhadhana samskara. So, it is not that Prabhupada said only 50 rounds have to be chanted. The details have to be checked. Otherwise, why would Prabhupada say, the what do you call, the information that this details have to be studied. So, the most important thing to understand, are you able to, oh, screen, where is this shared thing? Okay, so we don't want demoniac children, isn't it? So, for example, if I say conception on Amavasya and Purnima is going to be not favorable, is it not? So, all this cannot be neglected. These are very important. Just chanting 50 rounds is very, very, very good, very important. But other considerations have to be there. So, in order to avoid birth of demoniac children and be in ignorance, that is better to be having right information and then perform Garbhadhana samskar properly. So the first and foremost samskara is Garbhadhana samskara. And then we can build up the civilized society, is it not? First of all, we need good souls in the society, and then we can build upon them the civilized society. Daiva Varnashrama Dharma, we can build upon them. Otherwise, it is not possible with chaotic condition. Husband and wife should prepare much ahead, plan, perform in the right consciousness, and then care for the conceived child, right? During pregnancy, after delivery, this is a whole science. So after most of the 80 to 90% of all the samskaras are even before the child is 8 years old, 8 or 10 years old. 80 to 90% of samskaras are finished by that. In other words, just see, all the samskaras are to be done or arranged in such a way that right from childhood, before birth, after birth, until the childhood is finished, they are fully reformed, refined. That is a civilized society. So how do we understand this? It is not that we are controlling the whole thing, and by my control that I am able to give birth to a good soul. No, everything is controlled by Krishna. So we just have to become an instrument in service of Krishna. Is it not? That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj used to say that if I can give birth to wonderful Vaishnavas, then I would do it and give them and give birth to hundreds and hundreds of Vaishnavas. So it is a sacred duty, sacred service. We want devotees in the whole world, isn't it? And in fact, the demigods are waiting in this Kali Yuga to take birth. They're waiting wherever in this Bhumi, Mother Earth, especially Bharata Khanda, and anywhere, devotees' house. It's a very, very rare thing. So they are all waiting when to get rid of this Swarga and take birth in the family and then purify my life and go back home, back to Godhead. So, so we just have to become instruments for such a sacred service. So everything is carried out by the Supreme Lord through his various energies. Aniruddha Rupa is Aniruddha's job is, or the activity of Aniruddha is, he makes the Shukra enter into the womb, and Jiva gets a place to reside. So how is that possible? That are we controlling anything? We are not controlling at all. So many of them try for so many years, conception doesn't happen. So in many ways, nobody can control how things are working. So it's all under control of Krishna. So it is said in Shastra, Aniruddha Rupa, through Aniruddha Rupa, through the Vayu, who is his very dear devotee, the Lord makes this possible. That Shukra enters the womb, and then by Pradyumna Rupa, fertilization takes place. Sankarshana Rupa, embryo development happens. In Vasudeva Rupa, delivery is possible of the child. Right? And then the child cries, child is born. So this way, at every step, Krishna is the ultimate doer. First of all, in this service of Garbhadhana Samskara, what is to be done? We need to fix a date and time. That is the first step. Right? Second step is undergo vratas and other preparations. Third step is to perform the Garbhadhana Samskara. Fourth step is to identify conception. And fifth step is to practice or take care of the after conception, post-conception care. So we'll try to address the first three steps today, right? And then we'll go to other details. So some details are required before we enter to fix the date and time. It is said, na gachet garbhinim narim. So one should not go to a pregnant woman for conception again, obviously. Once conceived, that's it. Malinam, not a impure. That is, malinam also means impure, dirty, or sweating. Should be clean, isn't it? So one should not conceive. Husband, wife should be very clean. Especially, this is told about a husband approaching the wife. The wife should not be dirty, or she should not be pregnant. Sitamurdhajam should not have white hairs. In other words, not elderly. Should be having the right age. The age is already mentioned. I have given in the book Garbhadhana Samskara. So it is up to 40 years. Actually, for a woman, it is 35 or even up to 36, 37. 35, above 35 is risky pregnancy. Maximum up to 40. And even for a man. Sitam urdhajam, rajasvalam. So rajasvalam means during the cycle. The first 5, 6, 7 days should be left. Should not be approached. Wife should not be approached. Bhuktatvim, bhuktavatim. So just now having heavy food, that is not a right time, day. That is not the right time to approach the wife. Now you know, so also should have right cycles. Na bhubukshitaha, or very hungry, at that time one should not approach. Dhatukshaya, or having some disease or some deficiency in the body. Rogavadhi, or having some chronic diseases. Ashrihi, or some, you know, not having any, what you call, beauty. So in other words, drained out in bodily or fatigue. Satkarma viplavaha, all this will be detrimental to the satkarma. Saubhagya ayur yasho nasha pumsam stri shnoti sangina. So, so this way one should take care not to approach in all this. There are other few conditions I have given in the book where and how the atmosphere should be, etc. But few details we should always keep clear. Clear. So few more details are there. First of all, the weight of the wife should not be more. If it is more, then it is not possible for conception to happen. It is just like a what you call a tissue paper or a blot paper. I think what is it called? Tissue paper. Let's say if it is touched with a ink, how the tissue paper absorbs, immediately it absorbs. So similarly, as soon as the semen is Shukra Dhatu is placed in the womb, the fertile woman immediately absorbs. So similarly, so that is difficult with increase of weight. So should be reduced by dieting. Should completely get rid of this junk food, fatty foods, and fried foods till the conception happens. So it is best if the weight is less, the wife is lean. Best age is 16. 16 to 25 is the best age for conception. But of course, we know 16 is not the age in few countries, especially in India, where they allow for marriage to happen. But very crazy sort of rule. If a girl can give consent for you know interaction at the age of 16, it is she is not considered as minor, something like that. So anyway, even if the girl is 18 years old or earlier, the better. 18 years onwards. According to Ayurveda, 16 to 25 is very good, and up to 30 is also fine. Above 30 is little not very good. 35 above is definitely high risk pregnancy. So as much as possible, devotees should try to understand that conception, as soon as they have marriage, they should uh, plan uh, for Garbhadhana samskara. They should be recommended by all, and they should get married early, not to wait for 35 years, 20, 27. Of course, due to modern education and so many things are happening, but it is not ideal. It is not good. Children should be born with good health, and also uh, the mother will also have a lot of energy to feed the child, to take care of the children, etc. Right? Okay. Whatever is the situation, we should understand and finally do the best use of the bad bargain. Ultimately, Krishna is in control. Okay. And then let mandatory test of thyroid be done, because if there is any deficiency or any problem, abnormality, hypothyroidism, then also little depression or the weight of the body will be more in ladies. So mandatorily let the thyroid be tested, and if any abnormality is there, it is to be corrected. Otherwise, it will affect the birth or the development of the child severely. So it's very important, a very serious issue. They should check thyroid. So these two things please keep in mind. And then we should also know the Rajas cycle. What is a cycle? Number of days of cycle for Mataji. 28 days is the cycle, or 30 days. And is it varying? If it is one time it is 25, next time it is 29, next is 35, next 2 months. Oh, then it is very difficult for planning. Not only planning, for Garbhadhana, right? So it is better that the cycle should be corrected. So traditional medicines are there, like this decoction of mehendi, the mehendi plant leaves, the same mehendi that we put on hand, right? The same mehendi, the leaves of that plant, mehendi plant, is to be taken and boiled, and that is to be used as chutney, made as chutney. It's quite bitter, but that will correct the cycle of the Matajis. There are other medications. One can even consult the gynecologist or go undergo a scanning and understand what is the scanning report, understand the situation, right? Then we can come to an understanding. Oh, there's no problem, then that's fine. Right? We can plan. So similarly, husband also should be healthy. He should. Many IT background devotees also contact me because of problem of conception. So the long sitting hours of many occupation is also detrimental. There should be some good healthy regimen. They should have some yogasana, walking, etc. For women, all the doshas, kapha pitta vata doshas, are the body takes care of it through rajasula, through menstruation cycle. All these doshas are removed from the body. But for men, there is no other way out. So for them, they have to perform healthy. They have to have healthy regimen. Okay. Okay. So as I mentioned before, friends, this mentality and the situation of the husband is very important, right? So let us understand that to determine the time and date, the husband's birth nakshatra and rashi is enough. No need to check for Mataji's rashi and nakshatra. Of course, actually astrologically we see Vashya and see who is dominating more as in terms of astrology, and then according to that we will see. But in general, as we saw, the importance of the husband is very much more. Therefore, it is better and enough to look for only the details of the husband, right? So husband's nakshatra and rashi, first of all, that is to be kept ready, understood, right? And then, so from the day of cycle, we have to start calculating. I will show you. Then we have to prepare a chart, choose the best date and time, and start the preparation for Garbhadhana. This is the process. So now birth rashi and nakshatra is, say, some rashi and nakshatra is there, right? Now we have to understand the cycle date determination. Okay. Many ask me a lot of questions on this. Let us understand that Brahma Muhurta to Brahma Muhurta is 1 day. This is a Vedic calculation. It's not 12 o'clock midnight. 12 o'clock midnight is not the Vedic understanding, Vedic calculation. 1 day means from yesterday's Brahma Muhurta to today's Brahma Muhurta is 1 day. Okay. So this 12 o'clock was started because, as you all know, they say Jesus was born at 12 o'clock midnight. So January is the first year, beginning of the year, and 12 o'clock midnight is the beginning of the day, so on and so forth. And anyway, the whole world is following for all practical purposes nowadays. Everything is based on it. Okay, so but Vedic calculation is Brahma Muhurta to Brahma Muhurta. Day starts with the Brahma Muhurta. So, say from Brahma Muhurta, in other words, let's say uh, after Brahma Muhurta, the Rajas is observed, is noticed. That means menstruation cycle starts. Then it is to be calculated as that day is the beginning day. Let's give an example. The So the third point, you see, the modern timing is decided from 12 a.m., isn't it? So today, let's say today is 2nd May. Today is 2nd May, right? Say 1 a.m. tonight is considered as 3rd May according to modern calculation. But according to Vedic calculation, it is still 2nd May. If Rajas, if menstruation starts, let's say at 1 a.m. tonight, that is 1 a.m. On 2nd May, night of 2nd May, then 2nd May is the first day. Okay. 3rd May is the second day. 4th May is the third day. Got it? This is how we start. Okay. So Rajas say, let's take another example. Let's say Rajas was reported at 3 p.m. afternoon, right? And let's say today is 5th May. According to popular, what is that? Okay, day 1, 4th May. Okay. So let's say today, actually the typing is a mistake. Don't worry. Let's say, so today is 2nd May, right? Tomorrow is 3rd May, 4th May, etc. Okay. So day 1 I have taken as 4th May. So that means, let's say, the Rajas appeared on 4th May. Okay. 4th May at afternoon 3 p.m. So that is the first day. Got it? So we write down day 1, 4th May, day 2, 5th May, day 3, 6th May, and we go on. Day 8 is 11th May, day 9 is 12th May, day 10 and day 16 up to 16. So it is Shodasha. Only the first 16 days have to be calculated. After that, according no Shastra say Garbhadhana samskara is to be performed after 16th day or before the menstruation. What do you call it? The menstruation cycle starts, and the first 5 days have to be rejected. Okay, and from there we have to see the up to 16th day. Okay, so most of possible days are 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, and 16. So why 8, 9, 10? Why there is no 11? And similarly, why there is no 13? So according to I have given in the book also, you can refer to the book. Given the detail. Actually, these days are not auspicious. In Markandeya Purana, we see that the different ghosts are given yajna rupa or some food on these days also. So there is a list of other things, but on the it is the ghosts, they get blessings that you can attack, or you can be on the day of conception if it is on the 11th day or 13th day. So 8th day, 9th day, 10th day, 12th day, 14th, 15th, 16th. These are the only possible days. So it is not that by cats and dogs we just go have some, sexual intercourse. This is not the way. There's some calculation. So marriage is not a simple thing. Many devotees told me that I'm so happy that I remain brahmachari. Huh? After knowing so many details are required. But so actually this is also grahastha brahmacharya, is it not? This is grahastha brahmacharya to understand that that there is a science behind this, and Krishna's sanction is required. So 8th day, 9th day, 10th day, 12th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. These are the only possible days. And according to Shastra, for a male child to be born, 8th day, even days are to be selected. 8th day, 10th day, 12th day, 14th day, and 16th day. And for a girl child to be born, the odd days are to be selected. And in this situation, we have only 2 odd days available, day 9 and day 15. And again, one more consideration is required, that Uttarottara Shubham, the days, as the days go higher, that much the better, because the ovulation is possible and conception immediately happens. So after day 10 is much better. So in other words, for a girl child to be born, day 15 is the only best day. And for the boy child to be born, day 10, 12, 14, 16. And even in that, if you want to go for further, 14 and 16 is still better. And for those who have cycle more than 28 days, only possibility is day 16. No other day is possible. Okay. Now, many asked me also some other doubts. So, once the conception, once the Garbhadhana happens, once the Shukra Dhatu is placed in the womb, from that day up to 8 days, the Shukra Dhatu is maintained in the womb, and only after 8th day it perishes. So conception can happen after 8th day or 8 days also, means inside the womb. Embryo can start developing. So, in other words, so no need to worry. After on this day 16, if we perform, after that, if we don't perform, then conception may not happen according to ovulation. So, any case, none of the Shastras mention, after thoroughly studying everything available on this, I have understood. None of the Shastras have mentioned after 16th day conception is to be done. So to understand, to follow that, 16th is the only possible day for those who have cycle more than 28 days, 28 or let's say 30 days. Those who have cycle of 30 days, only possible is 16th day. Okay. Right. So you keep your questions. Let's see if we get time. We will take them. I'll try to quickly go through very important points here. Okay. Let's say now I make a chart. So I have taken only few very important criteria. I have not gone into many other criteria. So to make simplicity, to have simplicity, and to allow for devotees to understand the more important things. So Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, Tarabala, and Lagna. Of course, yoga has to be seen, but as I said, most weightage has to be given to Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, and Tarabala in that order. Then if we have possibility, you can also check yoga, only which in which we only have to check only 2 yogas have to be rejected. Others are okay. Anyway, most important point to be noted is, like Purandara Dasa sings, praises the Lord. Balavu balave naya. So all the auspicious things are possible with devotional service only. So the more devotional atmosphere and regimen and power, the sanction of the Supreme Lord, the devotional service is there, then all the other factors are secondary. But that doesn't mean we have to neglect this. This also means that Supreme Lord has sanctioned. So we have to check these important few factors. So in this chart I have just mentioned, on the left column, cycle day. You can keep your microphone muted. On the left side, 8th day, 10th day, 12th day, 14th, 15th, and 16th day I have taken. Okay? And on the right column, we have taken Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, Tarabala, and Lagna. Unless you have any question, you can switch off your microphone Is there any chat messages available? So many chats. I think Brahma Muhurta starts 1.5. Yes, Brahma Muhurta starts 1.5. Are you going to share PPT? No, I cannot share PPT. It's a very heavy file, and I will only give some information on the website where you can go through it. Otherwise, PPT is liable for so many misuse, and also this is a work in progress. Many things keep changing in terms of addition and other things. So please don't ask for PPT. I can only share the course material. Already we have published the book, and I'll share some details on the website. So audio is very low. Some of them are voice is not clear. Voice cannot be heard. I don't know. Shall I go ahead? Is okay everything?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So you can mute the microphone if you're not having any question. Okay. So the next is let me just give me some chat messages. The Chaturmasa is rejected for samskara, Garbhadhana samskara especially. I'm not talking of other samskaras. I'm talking of Garbhadhana samskara. You gave the proper age for conception for Mataji. Is there age consideration for Prabhuji also? Yes, up to 40 years is the right time. Okay. From 25 years. So beginning for a man or a boy of Prabhu is 25 years. From the age of 25 years, he should be, up to 25 years, he should maintain brahmacharya. They should maintain brahmacharya. And after age 25 is eligible for Garbhadhana Sanskar. 25 to 40. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
There is one question.
Yeah.
You gave the example of the Rajas of Mataji, Rajas cycle.
Yeah.
I have doubt that you took the first day as 5th May. No,
Yeah.
as 4th May, but the Rajas started on 3 p.m. 5th May. I think that was the example. No?
Actually, I mentioned there is some typing mistake.
Okay.
Don't worry, that first line you don't worry. Huh?
Okay. Okay.
Just take that day for one is 4th May. That means I have taken as 4th May, 3 p.m. afternoon, the cycle has started. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
From there you calculate.
Hare Krishna.
Really, yeah.
Prabhu, one question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. This is very useful. Thank you for doing this. Prabhu,
Yeah.
I was wondering if the book is available in the US or if the PDF is available. How can people in US they buy? Can they buy?
E-book is available now because of lockdown. Nothing can order from cdindia.org. I will mention the website later. But you can, if you want the book, you can order it on the website.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. And would the recording be shared, Prabhu?
We'll find out tomorrow. I will discuss with the organizers also. I will find out. Yeah?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow when you come, we will finalize it. It has been edited, so let's see what happens. It takes time also.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, what are all the implications if the age for Prabhuji is?
If it is more than 40, according to Charaka Samhita, the health of the child will not be of a good. But depends. Madhvacharya was born to his parents at a very elderly age. Parents were more than 40. Mataji, I didn't know, I don't know, but husband, that is father, was more than 40. So it is possible great devotees were born also, even at advanced age. Ultimately, it depends on Krishna's sanction and the urge of or eagerness of the devotee to serve the Lord by giving birth to a wonderful Vaishnava who can do wonderful service to the Lord. So Madhvacharya's parents did Payavrata for 12 years, not 12 days. 12 years they did, and at the advanced age they have conceived Madhvacharya actually. So it is possible. So everything depends on Krishna ultimately. But according to science, it says best for healthy child at age 40 is good. Okay. Okay. So I will continue. So I'll give you a chart, example chart, how to prepare. On the left column, 8th day, 10th day is written, and the day corresponding days are written. 8th day is 11th May, 10th day is 13th May. Okay, let's take this. Now I just have to enter the Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, Tarabala, and Lagna. Now I will explain what is Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, Tarabala. Okay. So again, one very important point. At the time of sunrise, whatever Tithi and Nakshatra is, that is to be counted as the Tithi Nakshatra for the whole day. That means up to next Brahma Muhurta. Okay. Got it? Tithi and Nakshatra. So now, somebody asked that now Tithi is changing in the evening, Nakshatra is changing, can we perform? No. Tithi Nakshatra is to be calculated. Like just how we calculate Ekadashi. If Ekadashi Tithi is at the sunrise, then that is the Ekadashi Tithi. If Ekadashi started yesterday, so like say Shuddha Ekadashi is to be calculated how? Shuddha Ekadashi is calculated from the time of sunrise. If Tithi Ekadashi Tithi is there at the time of sunrise, then that day is the actual Ekadashi, Shuddha Ekadashi. So similarly, Tithi and Nakshatra is to be calculated as that day, which is during sunrise. Whatever Tithi Nakshatra is there, that is to be calculated. Okay. Once the Panchanga, if offline, so have a Panchanga with you. Either you have a good Panchanga from the local Pandits, or you have an online Panchanga, right? So you enter, if it is online, you enter the date and location, and you will find out the Tithi Nakshatra. Many websites are available. I have given in the book also. If you type Panchanga today, you will get some few websites. You can go there and enter the details and get the. So first of all, very important to note, Mula, Magha, Revati, Jeshta Nakshatrani, Varjyani. Mula Nakshatra, Magha Nakshatra, Revati, and Jeshta. These 4 nakshatras have to be rejected. We should not consider Garbhadhana if these nakshatras are there. Mula, Magha, Revati, Jeshta. Okay. They have very bad influences. Okay. Next. Pum Nakshatre Shubhe. If it is a male nakshatra, it is better. It is more auspicious, especially for birth of a male child. Pum Nakshatre Shubhe Kale Shresthe Yugmasu Ratrishu. Shresthe Yugmasu. Yugmasu means on the even days. This is for the boy child. And for a girl child, any nakshatra is fine. And Ayugma, that is 15th day is the only possible. And see, one more important, Ratrishu. It is still Ratri. Ratri begins after Sandhya up to midnight. Midnight is considered as 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Okay? 12 o'clock. So, beyond that, it is not to be considered as auspicious for Garbhadhana Sanskar. Some contact me asking if Brahma Muhurta is good. Somebody has mentioned Brahma Muhurta is good for Garbhadhana Sanskar. But according to Shastra, that is a very dangerous conclusion. Dinecha, it should be morning should be rejected. Garbhadhana should not be performed in the daytime. It should not be performed in the Sandhya time. It should not be performed in the midnight time also. It is Ratrishu. Nisha. Then, Pum Nakshatre Shubhe Kale Shresthe Yugmasu Ratrishu. Prokta Parvasashe. Prokta Parvasa. So, Parva. Asheshu. Naiva Bhupala Sandhyayoho. Parva means Chaturdashi Ashtami Amavasya Purnima. These are known as Parva days. Parva days. These days have to be rejected. Chaturdashi, Ashtami, Amavasya Purnima. Especially all these 4 days have to be rejected. Prokta Parvashvasheshu Naiva Bhupala Sandayoho. Nor during Sandhya time. Gached Vyayam. Vyayam means with excessive sexual desire, sensual desire. One should not go. One should not perform Garbhadhana samskar if they are what you call afflicted with sexual desires, severe sexual hankering. Gached Vyayam. Matiman. Mutrochara Piditaha. Mutrochara Prapiditaha. So one should not be affected with natural cause. Should not they should be free, having good health. They should be clear in their all the natural cause that should be cleared. Chaturdashi Ashtami Chaiva Amavasya Cha Purnima Parvat Netani Rajendra Ravish Sankranti Revacha. So on Surya Sankranti, Sankranti, solar Sankrantis come every 15, every month there is one Sankranti. So those Sankranti days should be rejected. Janma Nakshatra should be rejected. If it is your birth star, that day should be, that is husband's birth star, it should be rejected. Okay, I will give you a simple. So these are the basic things that we should check. Mula, Magha, Revati, Jeshta, Nakshatrani, Varjani. And Tithi should be not Chaturdashi, Ashtami, Amavasya, Purnima. And Nakshatra again, Janma Nakshatra is rejected. Okay. Timing should be Ratri. That's it. Don't worry too many things. These are the only simple. I will share this in the website, male nakshatra and female nakshatra. This you will get if you type male nakshatra in the website, in Google, you will get the details. Okay. So now let's come back to our chart. Let's try to fill the chart. So let's say now according to this chart, now we have determined Tithi and Nakshatra. Is it not? Say today is which Tithi? We checked. We wrote that Tithi. So on 8th day, 10th day, 11th day, we wrote all the Tithis of those days. Nakshatra, we wrote all the Nakshatras. Now we are left with Chandrabala and Tarabala. Okay, time is 5 minutes to 10. I will go on for next 15-20 minutes. And up to 10:30, we will give some time for question answers at 10:20. Okay, whatever we'll finish. Okay, so now cycle day Tithi, Nakshatra, Chandrabala, Taravala. Tithi and Nakshatra is over. We just write whatever is available. Don't worry now, Jeshta, Revati. Don't worry. According to the Panchanga, what is the Tithi and Nakshatra on 8th day? That is, 11th May. Just write it down. The 13th May, just write it down. 15th, just write it down. So just write down the Tithi Nakshatra on that particular day. Later we will see the details. Now we have to identify the Chandrabala and Taravala and Lagna. How to understand what is this Chandrabala? So Chandrabala means according to our Rashi, the husband's Rashi, I told already. According to the Rashi, from the there are 12 Rashis. There are 12 Rashis. So from the birth Rashi, if we calculate the position of the Chandra, say today is Chandra is in, let's say Kritika, let's say, and Kritika means today's Rashi is Vrishabha Rashi. Okay. So if today is Kritika Nakshatra and that means Vrishabha Rashi. Now, if my Janma Nakshatra, from my Janma Nakshatra, I have to calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and see the position of the moon. If it is a 8th position, then that is considered as Ashtama. Okay, that is not good. I will explain once again, very simple way. Listen carefully. It's a very simple thing. This chart also I will share in the website. So the nakshatras on the left side of the arrow, you will see the into respective rashis. Rashis are given on the right side. Okay. So there is number also 4, 2, 3, whatever. What is that? The 4 padas. Each nakshatra has 4 padas. Each nakshatra is divided into 4 padas. So Ashwini first pada, Ashwini second pada, Ashwini third pada, and Ashwini 4th padas. So all Ashwini 4 padas and Bharani 4 padas and Kritika 1 pada is considered as Mesha Rashi. Okay. Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Vrishabha Rashi. Mrigashira, Ardra, Punarvasa is Mithura Rashi, etc. Okay. Now, so now I already told we should know first of all what is our nakshatra and rashi, especially the husbands. We are only checking the husbands, rashi and nakshatra. Let's say my rashi, my nakshatra is Purvashada nakshatra. Okay, where is the annotation? Just a minute, I'm trying to annotate, but I cannot. Okay. Okay, you just take. Can you find? Okay, let's say the second column here, Kritika nakshatra. Okay, easily find. Second column from the above. Kritika nakshatra is my nakshatra. Okay, that means my rashi is Vrishabha Rashi. Okay, fine. Let's say today Chandra is in Vrishchika Rashi. Okay, Chandra is in Vrishchika Rashi. So now from Vrishabha Rashi, that is my Janma Nakshatra, I have to check in what number is Vrishchika Rashi. So Vrishabha Rashi is 1, Mithuna Rashi is 2nd, Karkata 3rd, Simha Rashi 4, Kanna Rashi 5, Tula Rashi 6, Vrishchika Rashi 7. 7. So Vrishchika Rashi is in the 7th position. That means Chandra is in the 7th position from my birth Rashi. Okay. If it is 8th position, then the influence of Chandra is very bad on that day. That is Mrityu, it is called. Mrityu. So every position is having some value. First position is Anna, food. Second position is Dukha, like that. So, but those things are secondary for Garbhadhana samskar and all other samskaras. At least it should not be 8th position. That is Mrityu. That should not be there. So Chandra influences the mind. Chandra influences the activities that we do. Therefore, Chandrabala has to be checked in all what you call samskaras that we do. Okay. So, so similarly for Garbhadhana samskar also. So 8th position, if it is Chandra, that is from my birth Rashi, I have to check which position is Chandra, which numbered position is in Chandra is in Rashi, which Rashi. So accordingly, so now let's say, again I will give you one more example. If you come to the Punarvasu nakshatra, let's say my nakshatra is Punarvasu nakshatra, which means my Rashi is Karkataka Rashi. My Rashi is Karkataka Rashi. Let's say today is Dhanu, today moon is in Dhanu Rashi. Now, from my Rashi, that is Karkataka Rashi, in what position is, which numbered position is moon today? So Karkataka Rashi, now from beginning Karkataka Rashi, I will check number 1, Simha Rashi number 2, Kanna Rashi number 3, Tula Rashi number 4, Vrishchika Rashi number 5, Dhanu Rashi number 6. Oh, Dhanu Rashi. It's in number 6 position, no problem. Today I have Chandrabala. Okay. At least I don't have Ashtama Chandra. I can perform Garbhadhana samskar. This is how we decide. Okay, I will give you a further example. Okay, before I go to other, very important point to note, very interesting thing. If anybody is born in Mesha Rashi, that is Ashwini, Bharani and Kritika first pada, anybody is having, and born in Mesha Rashi, then you don't have to worry about Chandrabala in your whole life. Similarly, if you're born in Simha Rashi, you don't have to worry about Chandrabala in whole life. Similarly, Tula Rashi also, you don't have to worry. Say why I am saying this. Let's say Mesha Rashi. If you are born in Mesha Rashi, always Ashtama Chandra, the 8th position, will be, what is the 8th position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Vrishchika Rashi is the 8th position. Okay. So, from Mesha, the Lord of Mesha Rashi, which is Kuja, and Vrishchika Rashi is also Kuja. They are the same. So, Mesha Rashi people will never have Chandrabala problem. So, don't worry if you are Mesha Rashi. This column, you don't have to worry at all. Similarly, Simha Rashi. Tula Rashi. Tula Rashi, Lord is Shukra. So from Tula Rashi, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Vrishabha Rashi is the 8th position. So Vrishabha Rashi's Lord and Tula Rashi's Lord are Shukra, both same. So they don't have to, Tula Rashi born people, they don't have to worry. Whereas Vrishabha Rashi people have to worry because 8th position will not come to Tula. It will come different. Okay, got it? And why Simha Rashi? Simha Rashi's Lord, that is Surya, and Meena Rashi is the 8th position actually, if you see. That is Meena Rashi's Lord is Guru. So both are friends actually. So don't have to worry. So if Mesha Rashi, Simha Rashi and Tula Rashi born, they don't have to worry about Chandrabala. Got it? Let's not spend too much, otherwise you'll become more confused. Very simple actually. According to this chart, you just have to check from your birth nakshatra, from your birth Rashi, in which position is Chandra. That's all. If it is not Ashtama Chandra, if the Chandra is not sitting in the 8th position, then you can consider that day as a good day for you. Oh, in fact, I have given it. Okay. Anyway. Got it? So you just enter Chandrabala here. Now, Tarabala. Very simple again. This chart also I will share in the website. Okay. So again here, they are grouped. The nakshatras grouped a little differently for Tarabala because they are just vertically arranged. There it was horizontally arranged, it is now vertically arranged. That's all. Ashwini, Magha, Mula. They are one group. Bharani, Purva, Ashada. Purva, Ashada is one group. Okay, these are the different groups of nakshatras. Now, how to understand Tarabala? Tarabala means different, if influence is there from the influence of the Taras. Tara means group of nakshatras. So now, let's say my birth nakshatra is Hasta nakshatra. Okay, yellow color. This circle is there. Let's say my birth nakshatra is Hasta nakshatra. From Hasta, and let's say today nakshatra is Revati nakshatra. Today nakshatra, if we see Tithi nakshatra, no, today we have seen in the Panchanga. So today it is Revati nakshatra, let's say. My birth nakshatra is Hasta nakshatra. Today is Revati nakshatra. Now I have to check which position is, in what number position is Revati nakshatra. So Hasta nakshatra is number 1. Okay. That is known as, that group is known as Janma nakshatra. So the right side there is one table for which will help you to calculate, know from the birth position, different position of the different meaning of the table. Okay, let's say from Hasta nakshatra, that is Janma nakshatra, number 1 on the right column. Right. If you go to the second column of the left table, what is that group of star is called? That is called, according to the right side table, Sampat Tara. So first is Janma Tara. Hasta nakshatra is my Janma nakshatra. Therefore, that Tara is called as Janma Tara. Second group of nakshatra is called as Sampat Tara. Third group of nakshatra is called as Vipat Tara. How I am able to tell this? I am seeing the right table. Okay. Fourth, from my Janma nakshatra, fourth column is called as Kshema Tara. Fifth is called as Pratyara Tara. Sixth is called as Sadhaka Tara. Okay. Sadhaka Tara. Again, very simple to understand. From your Janma nakshatra, the group of taras, you calculate, you see the next position that will be called as Sampat Tara. From the go up to the point where today's nakshatra is, then that will denote what Tara is this. So today's, if it is my Hasta nakshatra and today's Revati nakshatra, my birth nakshatra is Hasta nakshatra, and say, let's say today is Revati nakshatra, then today for me is Sadhaka Tara. My Tara Bala is
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
be negated. So with the devotional activities, devotional service to the Supreme Lord, service to Nakshatra Chandra Bala, okay, Tara Bala also can be worked out. Okay, now the last is Lagna. So now Tithi Nakshatra. The 22, that is 10 o'clock it starts. 10 o'clock up to 24:10. Up to 24:10 is Dhanur Rashi, Dhanur Lagna. So better to choose Dhanur Lagna. Just go on filling what Lagna is there, what time to time. 11th May, what is the Tithi? Chaturthi Tithi. Nakshatra, Purvashada Nakshatra. Chandrabala, I have Ashtama Chandra, so it is not